Hello everyone, my name is Nguyễn Hoàng and today I will present about my workshop for and my chosen company is the Trung Nguyên Legends Coffee Company, and this is a presentation outline in schools of high questions, and this is the overview of my company. Like Trung Nguyên Groups is an enterprise operating in the fields of the coffee products, and here from now Trung Nguyên Groups has about more than 2,000 employees working for the Trung Nguyên companies, and the first part is the internal and external factors considered in the decisions making process, and the most important factors. As everyone knows, decision making process is making choice by identifying decisions, gathering information, and assessing alternative solutions. And this is the process that is taken step by step to have a company make more profits or make more the deliberate. And this is the 7th step in decision making process, like to identify the decisions, gathering information, identify alternatives, while the evidence, choose among alternatives, take actions, and finally is to review your decisions. And this is some benefit that decision making process bring to for the companies, like to solving problems, mitigating the risk, clearly define the customer needs, enhance human resources, creating innovatives. And this is some external factors. I have some here. It's the political environments. For the political environments, for the human resources management professionals, staying up to date with the current and emerging politicals can be just as important as understanding strategies and initiatives or organization structures. For the economic environment has a significant impact on the human resources management practice. For example, when economics experience at high level growth and business often need to recruit more HR staff, and human resource departments can face the new challenge in the finding the right individual for the certain positions. And for the technological advance, as the technological involves, organizations are able to streamline the routine tasks or organizational process, freeing up the valuable employee times. Next one is the social environment. The artists' values and beliefs on the general public and consumer makes up the right social environments, and the market's consumption trends, aspirations, and actions are all the elements of the social environments. And finally, the competitive environments. For the competitive environment, and different company competes against one another inside predetermined markets. It has to do with how business responds to competitions and train its method to remain competitive. For the internal factors, the first one is organization strategies. Strategy is the way in which organization respond to its environment, like to deploy key resources and aligns its activities with the company goals. Human resources is one of the principal resources and human resources of any organizations. Therefore, it must be deployed and is in accordance with the requirement of the strategies. For the organizational controls, there are two types of the elements to define an organizational control: that the objects and physicals. Organizational controls is very important factors affecting the processing and activities of the organizations in human resources management. For the innovations can come in the form of the markets. It can also be through promotional initiatives in the market plans and employee training or benefits. For the market issues, the nature of products determine the operational setups, regular trends, and in the market mix, particular products may flex trends and operations, particularly if the product is relatively inflexible. In the finance, or that is the final part, is the operation decisions. Options involve significant investment and cost the financial proceedings of the business, like profitability, cash flow, liquidities, and direct affect the choice available. This is the most important factors. These is 3 most important factors I consider. The first one is innovations. In Trung Nguyên, innovations include the innovations in products and processing technologies of the coffee beers in a more unique ways. For the social environments, rely on the social factors to make decisions making. It's very useful for business as well as making more profits. For the organization strategies is very important to have Trung Nguyên earn more profits in the effective way. And the second part is strengths and weakness of Trung Nguyên human resource decision making with regards to the most important factor. Consider the expectations impacts on the firm development. This is the problem that the Trung Nguyên have faced for now, and many companies have faced too. The second part is strength and weakness of Trung Nguyên human resource decision making process with regards to the most important factors and the expected impact on the firm development. And this is the problem that's increased over time of the Trung Nguyên company, the inconsistency of the franchise systems. The first actions is identifying the solutions like Trung Nguyên franchise systems is rushed and inconsistent and out of control. Gathering informations like to in downtown in Saigon, Trung Nguyên coffees open the 3 different establishments in the different style. Take actions based on the social factors. Trung Nguyên open additional store in the necessary locations and these are according to brands predominant color tones, and through the innovation factors, the focus is on developing and optimizing the branches to the best extent. For instance, a technological innovations such as vibrating device for ordering and sales service are implemented. And the final actions is decisions making. This is making final decisions to implement decisions and apply them in the purchase and get customer feedback or get more profits. This is the strength and weakness of Trung Nguyên human resource decision making in the face of the inconsistency of the franchise systems. Strength is the combined data and analytics to inform the decisions, considering overall strategic goals and objectives of the organizations, minimize risk and defining goals. Human resource decisions making process that's combined with the legal and regulatory requirement and ensuring the fair and equal treatment of the employees. In contrast, it has some weaknesses like impersonal decisions are made without sufficient information and data as regards to the not achieving the best efficiencies, and there are many respectives and it's difficult to the wide decisions like to allow morals for the employees as well as lower productivities, and finally it's difficult to determine the performance of the company. And the improvement of the inconsistency of the franchise system in the Trung Nguyên after the decision making process is very important regarding to the organization's improvements and the complements of the control contents. This can limit increase the soft in the markets, training more skill as well as knowledge for the franchise system, more strict manage the staff, and build tighter franchise system agreements, annual productions and business orientations, strengthens the marketing works, and this refers to the monitor the situations price clearly so that the quality continues with the price. First part is how does the company checks employee competency and skill. Some methods to track the employee competency and skill, like to in the performance evaluations. Regular performance reviews help the company to identify the employee strengths and areas for the improvements. Just for assessing skill, like to test properly, assess employee knowledge and proficiency in the particular fields. Training and development programs. Training programs can help the improve skill of the employee so that the companies can evaluate their work progress. And next part is how does the company knows when the employees has gained new skill on their own. So after reviewing legally the deputy head of human resources department at the Trung Nguyên branch in Hanoi, he gives advice that we should assess employees through the certifications or documentations. After the employees have obtained certain certifications or complete a course in the specific skill, the companies may offer certification to validate the employee's new skill. The certifications are endorsed by the human resources department or above according to the specific fields to respond for keep tracks of the necessary new skill required by the company. And the final part is what does the company do to encourage employees to build their own competence and skill. The way to encourage employees to build their own competence and skill. The first one is culture, a support to learning. Trung Nguyên has always has a culture that's value learning so that employee can develop their skill. This is done through the surgeons and forum to share knowledge as well as the cooperations of the members. And the next one is individual development plans called as IDPs. A company creates IDPs to outline the career aspirations, development goals, and stressing for the upskilling. This help create innovations and work for the company, for the employees, so that they know so that they can know easily their ability. And this is a presentation notes and references of my presentations. And this is the end of my presentation. Thanks for listening.